Everybody, welcome to the show, the first ever Millennial Realtor podcast. My name is AB, your host, and today I've got my mentor, none other than the legend Denise Mai here. Denise, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, AB. It's such an honor and grateful to be your first guest on this show.
Absolutely. So, viewers, as you guys know, that I work with Denise, and Denise is one of the top 1% realtor in Vancouver. She's been in the market since 2010. No introduction needed. Denise, I'll just give you the floor to briefly introduce yourself, like how everything started, and what inspired you to get into real estate.
It's been 15 years. It's been a wild journey. It's been an amazing journey, something that I'm just so grateful that I really got into. And when I first went to university, I thought I was going to climb up the corporate ladder. I worked for 2 Fortune 500 companies before becoming a realtor. I worked at Johnson & Johnson as well as Accenture. And after doing it for a couple of years, I realized it wasn't for me. I just didn't like the corporate world. I didn't like being on a salary. I didn't like being a 9 to 5 where someone's controlling your income, your time. I really wanted to be in control of both of those aspects. And so I do remember having lunch with one of the CEOs of a division of Johnson & Johnson at the time, and he suggested that I get into real estate. And I was probably about 23 or 24 at the time, and I thought, who's going to trust a 24-year-old to sell their $1 million homes here in Vancouver? Because that's pretty much our average price point here. And so what happened was me and one of my best friends entered this contest, and it was to sell newspaper advertisements, and whoever sold the most would win a trip somewhere in the world. And so we decided to target realtors. And so we booked 5 appointments with realtors. And the night before, she called me and said, Denise, I'm so sorry. I've been arguing with my boyfriend all night. I can't make it, and hangs up and leaves me hanging. So when I hung up, my heart drops. And so I called the owner of the newspaper, and he's like, you know what, Denise? He said 3 words that really changed my life forever. He said, Denise, I believe in you. And so long story short, I ended up winning the contest on my own. And so that really gave me the belief in myself that I could sell and that maybe I could try real estate. And so I got my license and never looked back. And here I am 15 years later.
Wow, that's amazing. And just to give a little bit of idea to the viewers. So I think in the last 15 years, how many transactions, like about helping 2,000 families, or what's the average number that you have helped?
Oh, that's a very good question. We've at least helped definitely over 2,000 families for sure. It's really been an honor and a privilege. And I think for me, I hit my first million in my 4th year in real estate. And ever since then, it's just been an amazing, fulfilling journey of helping clients and then also helping amazing agents like yourself really become the best versions that they can be.
That's so inspiring, because I also want to be a millennial realtor, and having a millennial realtor in the first episode is such an honor. So Denise, tell us more, like, was there a moment early on where you thought like, okay, this is it and I'm really gonna be a realtor? Like, what really triggered you to decide that you're gonna be full-time, full-on?
That's a very good question, because I think in the first 3 years, I'm not gonna lie, there are moments that I really doubted myself. I doubted the income I was making, because my first 3 years I was doing anywhere between like 5 deals, 10 deals. I was slowly inching up, but it was still not enough to make ends meet. But at that time, I was still living with my parents, so my expenses weren't that high. But it did cross my mind to get a second job as a waitress. And, looking back now, I'm really glad I didn't get a second job, because that would have been a plan B. It would have been a cop-out. And I think that would have actually diverted my attention away from real estate, because I do believe you got to go all in this business. And you got to give it your all, like 110%, because whatever you put in, you get out. You put 110% in, you're definitely going to get 110% out.
Exactly. And that's what you suggested me as well. Like, I come from a corporate background, right, with a very stable job. And when I decided to be a full-time realtor, I was also doubting, like, will I be able to make my ends meet? Will I be able to, pay my bills? But, guess what? In my first month, I made my first sale, and the completion also happened right after. And I never need to look back, worry about my rents or bills. So I'm so grateful working with you, Denise.
Yeah, AB, I'm like so proud of you, because you burned all the boats, which means you quit your job. You just, you trusted. And so here you are, and you've done amazing. 8 deals in 8 months. That's just phenomenal for a new agent. So this is only just the beginning.
Absolutely. So Again, we discussed about the challenges. Were there any moment that you thought that you really want to give up?
This business will challenge you in so many different ways. It's going to be challenging with clients, it's going to be challenging with agents. And there are moments where I thought about giving up, but I think for me, I'm not the type that gives up easily. Because for me, I know if I'm going to do something, I'm going to give it 110%. And if at that point, it still doesn't work or something's not in alignment, I'm not feeling passionate and fulfilled doing what I'm doing, then I would have given up. But the only time that crossed my mind was when financially it started getting a little bit tough in terms of like, I wasn't doing any deals. I was like, should I get a second job? That was the only time that crossed my mind to potentially get a second job. But I never really thought about quitting, because when you have that mentality that you're going to succeed, really that's what's going to happen. It's just you gotta make sure you believe it yourself first and you're able to visualize it. And it's that quote that I've always lived by is whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. And so I just always thought to myself, I'm going to make this work no matter what, because like worst case scenario, I'm just going to go back being broke student that I was. Like it can't get any worse than that.
Exactly. So everyone talks about having a why, right? And yours is so clear in everything you do. So what's your personal why? What drives you, Denise?
My biggest why, and I think that's what was the fire that was lit up inside me to begin with, was my parents. My mom had me at 40. She was a refugee from Vietnam. She was a single mom. We grew up on welfare with food stamps. So I grew up, lining up at shelters and getting donated clothing and going to the church for Christmas dinners. So I knew what it was like to be poor, like to be broke and to be like sneaking on the SkyTrain and not paying for like tickets. So, and seeing my mom pick up cans, it was just, I knew that I didn't want to, I know money's not everything, but money really gives you options. And that's what I really wanted. It was to give, back to my mom. And then my stepdad came into my life when I was about 8 years old. And I really saw how hard he worked. He worked 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, just to provide for me and my mom. And so that's why my biggest why was really to help give them a happy retirement. And so, I'm really grateful to say, I think it was in my 7th year in real estate that I was able to, retire my parents. I bought a place. We moved out of our rental property that we were in this tiny, like 600 square feet dungy basement that we were renting for 10 years because our parents sold our house in 2004, right before the market took off. And so we were just in very dire circumstances, and I just wanted to be able to have a better life for not only myself, but for my parents.
Oh, wow. That's a great why. And, now you're so successful, right? And the moment people start getting some success or start paying their bills, being, having a taking care of their regular like expenses. But after that, how do you stay grounded? How do you stay focused? Because for us as realtors, we don't have a boss or we don't have anybody looking after us, right? So how do you stay grounded and focused at this stage of your career?
That's a very good question. And I'm going to be honest, I think when COVID happened, it made me question a lot of, do I still want to become a realtor? Do I still want to pursue this path? And I think because it got to a point where I was like, I retired my parents. I have a house. I have investment properties. I'm doing, I'm very comfortable, right? And so I started questioning whether or not this was still the right path. And I think when I started the team in 2022, that really took the next level for me, because that's when I found really mentoring agents like yourself and seeing your growth and seeing you just get super excited with your first deal or your first appointment. That just brought me so much joy and fulfillment on such a deeper level. And so now it's like being able to guide and mentor other agents and seeing them do well. It's just brought in a new fulfillment in my career now. So that's what this is my new why, is agents like yourself, AB, and people on the team that I have who not only believe in me as a leader and a mentor, but I believe in them as an amazing superstar agent. And I just want to help them rise to the best that they can be, which everybody has the potential. They all have it inside them. Just have to like really bring it out.
Exactly. So you were already one of the top realtors, as you mentioned, before COVID, right? And that was like 5 years ago. And then you slowly joined, you moved to EXP, right? So what made you start looking at EXP in the first place?
That's a very good question. I was with Remax since the beginning of my career. I was so happy with them. And I thought when I joined real estate, I thought I needed some strong marketing, a strong brand presence. Having that balloon, I thought would be important. But after, 10 years and you built a name for yourself, and I realized, you know what, it had actually none of that mattered. And when I saw the EXP model, I saw the company and the opportunities. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And when I say see it, you really gotta like understand what this company has to offer. Like what programs, what kind of collaboration opportunities. Like this company truly wants the best for its agents, and it's honestly been such a life-changing decision, and I'm so grateful that I decided to make that jump, because to me I thought, hey, worst case scenario, Remax will always be there. I can always go back if this doesn't work out, but I would be really kicking myself if I didn't take this opportunity, because I truly believe opportunities are not missed. They're only passed on to someone else. And so, yeah, I joined, and it's been such an amazing journey. And I also joined with our partner, John Sai, as well. We took that leap of faith together.
Exactly. When you guys joined, that was still a very early stage with EXP, and especially EXP Canada, right? So was there a conversation or a specific moment that made you decide that, okay, this is it, this is what I want to do the next part of my career as a realtor?
I think with me, it's just part of my personality. When I see an opportunity, I make pretty quick decisions, because I'm a driver. Part of my nature is a driver, so that's one of the personality styles. And so I usually make quick decisions, especially when I see an opportunity. I'm in. And I remember John Sai took like 4 months to do his due diligence. He's in analyticals. Like he had to speak to a lot of the higher up sources in the company to make sure that this was the right decision. And I always jokingly say that one of my biggest regrets is not joining first and sponsoring John Sai, but I was for him. And so, but yeah, once I saw the opportunity, I'm like, how is this is revolutionizing. And it's true, like EXP has made such an impact on so many different lives, and we're the number one brokerage now, and it's just such an exciting company to be a part of. And I know you just came back from EXP Con, and isn't it eye-opening when you go to those events? It's just like, wow, you're just all of a sudden surrounded by such a high level of like-minded individuals that really want the best for the company and want the best for each other, right?
Exactly. The best thing which really touched my heart was at EXP, they're not competing, but they're collaborating, right? And that's the way to go. And every single person I met that have the same mindset like yourself, because I thought that only Denise would be like, she's so kind, she's so giving, and maybe it's a Vancouver thing. But when I went to Miami, like I felt like everybody we have the similar gene, like similar kind of attitude, and that was so eye-opening for me. So Denise, you talk a lot about the opportunity, right? And there are so many great things about EXP, but can you tell exactly like what opportunity really caught your eyes or made you excited joining EXP?
Yeah, like for me, you get to a certain place in your career, and I know obviously I've been doing this for 15 years, and everybody's in a different journey. And just always remember, do not compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 15. And so for me, I got to a point where it's like I've always wanted to start a team. I wanted to grow a team. And so now I'm not stuck locally. Like I have, agents in Alberta, Toronto, Florida. And so I'm growing a team globally. And that's what I love about this company, is that it really allows you to think bigger and not just be localized to your own city. And if you're willing to really want to step up as a leader and leave an impact in this world, this is the type of company you want to be a part of. And I know some agents, like might be just licensed 1 or 2 years, and they're just trying to learn the ropes in this business. But this is just kind of like planting that seed for future potential that is just phenomenal. And I can't be more grateful and thankful enough for this company, because just the amount of residual income and passive income that this company can generate you, that's priceless.
So do I need to have a separate one-on-one session to learn about the residual income, or do you want to share something here? I know it's going to be a lot of numbers, but especially.
Yeah, in terms of residual income, this is, I don't know if, obviously they don't really want everyone to share, but I'm more than happy. I'm pretty transparent. I don't really gatekeep in terms of information or how I do things. As AB, I'm really an open book with things. But I'm so blessed that I have some amazing agents in my circle and in my group, where it generates anywhere between 8,000 to 10,000 a month, even if I'm not working, because I'm helping them really grow their circles as well too.
Wow, that's a lot of passive income, even though if you're not generating right time to time. So Denise, you talk a lot about collaboration, right? And even in EXPCon, I learned that collaboration is the key to go, especially in today's world. And with EXP having so many offices, not offices, so many the markets, right? So what are the ideas? Why do you think collaboration and mentorship is so important to you?
Yeah, I think it's so important because I feel real estate is one of the highest turning over industries. And if you don't have the right mentor or the right coach to guide you, it's so easy to give up. It's so easy to get a second job. It's so easy to just say, oh, this is not the path for me. But if you really have the right person that's really guiding you, you're going to be able to go from A to Z. It's like having a navigation like Google Maps that's going to tell you how to get to the fastest route in the quickest amount of time. So it's expediting your career, which normally may have taken you 5 to 6 years to do, but you're learning everything within a 2 or 3 year time period, because it's having a personal coach by your side. And that in itself is just truly priceless. If I had that when I first started in my career, I would be so much far ahead, where I had to really go through the trial and errors, learn everything on my own. And that's why I'm saying having a community, having collaboration, that truly is the best thing you can ever ask for, especially starting real estate.
Yeah, I so agree with you, because
Sorry, lost you there.
no worries. I mean, the AI editor will fix it. So I was just asking about the idea that, when I went to EXPCon, we were able to do so many meetups and events with agents from across the country, across the province. And that's when I realized that, even I'm in Vancouver, but I can cross deal in Toronto, in Alberta, in Florida, and all those places. And EXP made it so easy and within the platform, right? So I don't need to really go and chase that agent. Hey, where's my referral fees or my check, right?
Exactly. And that's part of their value is transparency. They make it easy. We really want to make this easy and stress-free for agents like yourself to truly excel at its highest level.
Absolutely. So we touched about having a team and attracting great agents, right? So Denise, what type of people you'd like to work with, or what type of agents do you love having in your team?
That's a very good question. I think for me, it's being surrounded by givers, also growth-oriented mindsets, people who want to continue growing and learning and evolving and becoming better versions of themselves, and not staying stagnant or comfortable or complacent, right? And just having that growth mindset, because growth is such an important value to me, that I think it's so important to be surrounded by others who are going to be like-minded as well. And also givers. When I say givers, it's like a giver's gain. You want people who's willing to always help out, and not just be surrounded, because in this world you're going to realize there's givers and takers. You really want to be surrounded by those who are giving. And I have to also be protective of my energy, because I'm such a big giver. I'm always willing to help and support, and so I need to be ensuring that I surround myself with givers as well. But I think those are the two biggest ones. And also third would probably be be willing to have a hard work ethic, because I do believe in working smarter, not harder. But at the same time, if you're not willing to put in the effort, the energy, then you're not going to get the results. So be like surrounding myself with people who are also willing to give it their 110% and play full out and be passionate about everything that they do is absolutely crucial as well.
Wow. So we touched about like hard workers, we touched about diverse people as well as givers, right? Is these the three things that you look at?
Exactly, givers, growth oriented, and people who are giving it their all, 100%.
So you talk about people who are, stagnant or stuck or, currently at the current brokerage where they see themselves kind of stuck. What did you tell them about the opportunity here we have at EXP?
If you're feeling stuck, it's like have a conversation, like do something different, right? Because I think we're all creatures of habit, and a lot of times we just continuously doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. But at the end of the day, you got to realize if you are wanting something different, you're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to decide. The first step is just making that decision and deciding to doing something different and making a change in your life. Because, a lot of times people are just not in a place of where the pain does not exceed where they're at. So sometimes people need, pardon my language, shit to hit the fan before they make a change. Or, they go through a life-threatening situation and things need to fall apart before really people are willing to make that change. So, if somebody is just feeling stuck or not wanting or not happy where they are, feel free to reach out to me or AB. We're happy to have a conversation, whether or not it's about joining EXP, whether or not it's about a deal, or whether or not it's just about anything to support. Like I'm really just a phone call, text away, and I'm always happy to help support in any way that I can, because I'm really in a position now in my life where I do want to give back. I really want to leave an impact, and I really want to make a difference in this world. So yeah, feel free to reach out anytime.
Speaking about that, we are launching our My Group Mastermind call on Fridays, right? Starting from this week. So
Yes.
Denise will be available for 30 minutes and we can pick her brains and share our thoughts and how we can be better. So Denise, looking back, right? If you could talk to your younger Denise, the one just starting out, what advice would you give her?
My biggest advice would be is like, don't give up. Although I wasn't going to give up, but because I think there are moments though, looking back, you wonder, is this all going to be worth it? Like, is this all going to play out the way it is? And, now that I look at my life right now, I sometimes still have a pinch me moment or a surreal moment where it's like, I don't even realize how I got here sometimes, because I've just always been the type of person who's worked hard and just been passionate and giving it all that I do. And so if I was to ever say to my younger self is like, don't be afraid to just go big. Like, don't let fear stop you. And I think, there are times when I did get in my head, I had self-doubt and I was critical of myself, especially at my younger self. I would tell myself it's like, don't ever let that little voice inside your head, that negative little voice, or even anybody else tell you anything else. Just follow your gut, follow your intuition, follow your heart, and you will be able to do anything you can put your mind to. So that's probably what I would say to my younger self for sure.
Absolutely. So never give up, guys. So what's your hope for agents listening right now? Like we touched a little bit about agents who are stuck or hit the ceiling. Any one advice you would give to any of the agents who are currently feeling stuck, losing motivation, losing the track of whom to call next? Sometimes, like for newer agents like me, like I always sometimes feel like, oh my God, whom should I call? Like, a little bit, we all are human being, right? So what's small advice for any of the agents out there in Vancouver you have?
My biggest advice is the best investment you can make is in yourself. And when I say make an investment, spend money on a course, spend money on a coach, spend money on improving yourself, right? And there's so much resources now online, there's books and everything like that. But, I'm going to be honest, I spent at least over $250,000 on different coaches, conferences, seminars. Like I've pretty much done a lot. I've done so much personal development on myself to rewire my brain from like previous old programming and traumas and healing myself, because the thing is, when you invest in yourself, it pays the biggest dividends, and you're going to get the best returns as long as you're willing to put in the effort in yourself.
That's so cool. And again, Denise, with us and with EXP, right, as you touched on different things, like for example, joining us, like if they're stuck, right? So we have, aside from buying and selling, we do have other ways to make money or to generate income. Especially for me, right, what excites me the most is not only just helping our clients buy or sell, but agents around the world, to attract more agents to work with us, and then having those global referrals where I'm talking someone like helping buying or selling in Toronto or Florida, as well as, if you can share with us a little bit about the stock options that we have, like the stocks that we receive from EXP. That's also so exciting, right?
Exactly. Not every company offers that. Because our company is publicly traded, you get stocks awarded to you as an agent when you do your first deal, or when you bring on your first agent as a sponsor. And this is free. And the company gives these to you. And you could even have the option of buying stocks at a 5 or 10% discount compared to the public. So this company is truly about the agent, and they want the best. And you are really an owner operator. When you own stocks, you're an owner of the company. So I can't say any more about this company and how amazing it is. And honestly, like, I think even with the stocks, like, that to me is like the cherry on top. It's a bonus. It's something that I wasn't expecting, and I was gotten. And I think, sometimes I check my stock options and I'm like, wow, that number is like amazing. It's something that I would have never ever expected that a company would be able to offer. So it's such an incredible feeling to have.
I mean, me being a new agent, I got my first stock, which is like after doing my first transaction, and I think I'll be capping soon, so I'll get more stocks. And then there's icon agents who get all their stocks back, like as whatever they have paid. So we can talk a lot more about that if anyone is interested. So maybe Denise, I'll wrap up here, but how would people reach out to you? I know you're in Vancouver. We are in Vancouver, but let's say somebody from the US or from any other country, if they want to reach out, what would be the best way?
Yeah, you can reach my Instagram is Denise Mai _real estate. You can also email or give me a text or call on my cell 778-858-0996. And my email is Denise at myrealestategroup.com. But IG is probably the easiest, especially if it's a quick question or something along those lines. But I'm always happy to help and support in any way that I can. And thank you so much for having me, AB.
Thank you